And Loyola law professor Jessica Levinson joins us now to talk about another busy week in Washington. Thanks so much for joining us. So former special counsel Robert Mueller spent a very long time on Capitol Hill Wednesday. We want to start with the substance. Did we actually learn anything new?
It depends on who the we is. So I think for most people tuning into the Mueller hearings, no, because this is a group who is already familiar with the report. They've either read it or they've listened to it or they've read a lot of coverage. For the vast majority of Americans who may then have heard snippets of the Mueller testimony on the news later, they may have learned something new. There was actually a lot there. Robert Mueller said we were attacked by a foreign country. Russia tried to infiltrate our election, hack our election systems, and swing the election. President of the United States welcomed that. And for some people, that was new news. So I think it really depends on how engaged you were in the report to begin with.
Do you feel like you were able to glean anything from the questioning from the Democrats and the Republicans about maybe a strategy going forward?
Yes, so it will shock everyone to know that they were diametrically opposed strategies, and the Democrats viewed Mueller as a hero, and they kept saying, thank you for your service, and we're so happy to have you here, and please tell us about all the terrible things you found. Robert Mueller's response, of course, was, yes, no, I understand your question. Please read the report if you want to read the report. And Republicans really viewed Robert Mueller as a villain. And they said, wasn't this biased from the beginning? Aren't there inconsistencies between what you're saying now? So like any, we really set this up like a trial. And like any trial, one side's trying to say this witness is the best thing that's ever going to happen to you. The other side, this witness is the devil.
Well, nothing in Wednesday's hearing will actually change the hearts and minds of either the far left or the far right. But was there anything in the testimony that might make moderates sway one way or the other?
So to the extent that they were not previously familiar with the Mueller report, then yes, I think the substance that came out was actually quite damning. To think about 10 potential acts of obstruction of justice, to think about the special counsel essentially not being able to say if this were Senator Trump instead of President Trump, would he have been indicted on obstruction of justice? That's hugely damning. Having said that, I don't think a lot of people are going to vote based on how they feel about the Mueller report. I think that it's a huge issue, but I don't think it gets people to the ballot box.
But maybe our next topic will, because the Supreme Court has ruled on $2 billion for the president's border wall. Do you think that there's more ahead that they're going to fund?
Yeah, so you just did a great story on this. This is, again, the Supreme Court having a ruling that's favorable to President Trump. This isn't the final ruling. This is a ruling, as you said, just based on whether or not that lower court injunction, when the trial court said you don't get to go forward using that money, whether or not that could be lifted. So what this allows is for President Trump, when he declared a national emergency, to use Department of Defense money to start building that small section of the border wall. You can bet that President Trump is going to campaign on this over and over, saying, I am specifically making good on my campaign promise. I am doing something for you to protect the country.
And tweeting it as a victory.
It was a big evening for President Trump. It might be a very temporary victory, but the Supreme Court, there's no two ways about it. They absolutely ruled in his favor.
All right, Jessica, we appreciate all your time and your insight.